So here in this question we have to find this surface integral. So this whatever technique we will learn by Gauss divergence theorem, that is very useful when the question will come verify Stokes theorem. That is the part C. Like if the question is verify the Stokes theorem, that means you have to find this surface integral. The same surface integral we will find by using Gauss divergence theorem. So the question is to find this surface integral by using Gauss divergence. So I'm writing this del cross f dot n cap d sigma. So this surface integral we have to find. Del cross f dot n d sigma over the surface S. Surface S is given z equal to 4 minus x square minus y square and z is positive. So first I will write what is Gauss statement and then we will apply Gauss divergence theorem in order to get this. So Gauss divergence theorem is the relation of surface integral with the triple integral. So what is Gauss divergence theorem? I will use that one. This is the statement for Gauss divergence theorem. This surface integral f dot n cap d sigma is same as this triple integral, and that region is bounded by this volume is bounded by this. T is the volume bounded by this surface S. So we'll use this one. And here it is also this circle sign represent that this surface is the closed surface. So first I will write the same statement and then I will apply this. So f dot n d sigma surface closed over closed surface is same as the triple integral. The del dot f means the divergence of f dv. So here I am writing the statement of the Gauss divergence theorem. It says that the integration over the closed surface f dot n cap d sigma is same as the triple integral this dot f, that means the divergence of f dv. So if surface here is S and then this is the volume enclosed by the surface S. So this theorem we will use. So the thing is that we can apply this theorem only when if surface is closed. So what is the surface given in the question? So let me draw that picture again. So S is the surface that is given in this question. This one z equal to 4 minus x square minus y square, z equal to 4 minus x square minus y square, and z is greater than equal to 0. So this is the surface. So over this surface the question is to find this integral by using Gauss divergence theorem. So I wrote the statement of Gauss divergence theorem. So let me draw the picture of this surface. So when z equal to 0, this will give 4 minus x square minus y square. That means it will give the circle center at 0 comma 0 and radius 2. So I will put here this picture. So if this is x-axis, this is y-axis, and this one is the z-axis. So at z equal to 0, z equal to 0 means this circle in xy plane. And when z equal to 4, then x square plus y square, it will come 0 when z equal to 4. So this when z is 0, that will give the circle with the center 0 comma 0 and radius 2. And once z is going to the 4, that circle will become a point. So the picture will come something like this. So these all are circle, and slowly the circle will reduce, and this is the surface. So you can visualize the surface will be the surface of this cone. So the question is that this is the closed surface? If this surface is closed, then we can apply this Gauss divergence theorem. So is this surface of this cone is closed?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So the answer is no. That is not the closed surface. That is the open surface. because in this cone, so I will just put this cone here. Why it is not closed? Because this part is not covered. This side is open. That is not the part of the surface. Surface is the surface of the cone. But whatever this one, this part, this is not the part of this cone. So this surface is not closed, so we cannot apply this Gauss divergence theorem. So is that clear why it is not cone? Because at bottom it is open, that circle part it is open. Remaining is the part of the surface, but this bottom is not the part of the surface. So in order to, if this part is also there, like this part is also there, then we can apply. So now what I will do, I will consider one surface S. So I'm taking one surface S1. That is union of this original surface S union some S2. What is S2? S2 is this circle x square plus y square less or equal to 4. So this circle is also there. If you take the union of the original cone surface plus this circle surface, and if you combine, then whatever surface you will get, I am calling it is S1. That surface S1 will be closed surface because I added that part where it is open. So this S1 is the closed surface. So now we can apply Gauss divergence theorem over this surface S1. So once we'll complete this question, I will tell the technique directly. You can do this. So this is one technique I am going to explain. That's why I took this example. Okay, no need to do this because I am doing, so I am explaining each and everything. Later you can directly use. So over this surface S1, because S1 is the combination of S and S2. So in this question, S is this one, the surface of the cone. What I did, I added one surface S1, S2, that is the circle x square plus y square is less or equal to, so this is not the circle, it is a disk, the surface of this circle. So S union S2, that I am calling as a S1. So S1 is definitely a closed surface. Now I am going to apply Gauss divergence theorem over this surface S1. So over this surface S1 we can apply, because S1 is the closed, F dot and d sigma will be this one by Gauss divergence theorem. So now by Gauss divergence theorem, integral over this closed surface, and this surface is S2, sorry S1. S1 is the union of S and S2. So in this question we have to calculate this one. So I will apply Gauss divergence theorem not for this function f. Instead of f we'll put del cross f, because in this question we need to calculate del cross f, that means the curl of f. So instead of f, here also this f will replace del cross f. So over this closed surface, del cross f dot n cap d sigma is same as, because it is closed, so volume enclosed by this, so triple integral. So here I am writing d. So d is the volume enclosed by this closed surface, because surface is closed, so whatever volume it will enclosed, that is d. And here this side, right hand side, will be, instead of f I am putting del cross f, it will give del dot del cross f dv, del dot del cross f dv. So this is by Gauss divergence theorem over the closed surface S1. So actual surface was S, because that is not closed. So which part was not closed, I added that part and I made that is closed, so that it will enclose the volume. And then by Gauss divergence theorem, del cross f dot n is equal to del divergence of del cross f dv. So now we'll calculate what is the value of this del dot del cross f.
0.
0. because if we calculate this, I already did. This means the divergence of curl. This means this dot means divergence, and this cross means curl. Divergence of curl of f is 0. That I already proved. So this will come 0. When you can take f as any three-dimensional vector, and then you can take cross product, and then you can apply the dot product, you will get 0 only. For this is smooth. That means component or partial derivative exist and continuous, so all are equal, so it will give 0 only. So right hand side is 0. That means the left hand side will also be the 0. So this implies that over this closed surface del cross f dot n d sigma will be 0. And this S1 is nothing but the union of these two. That means surface S and surface S2. That is over surface S and S2, which is same as the domain additive property of this. It is S dot n d sigma plus S2 del cross f dot n d sigma is equal to 0. That means this surface we have to calculate, that is same as a minus of this surface. So this is the one technique. How we'll apply in some other question, we can directly apply this technique. That means the surface integral of del cross f is same as a minus of this surface integral over this S2. So what is the S2? S2 is that circle. So is that clear up to this? So now we will calculate this integral over S2, and whatever answer will come, that is same as this surface by using Gauss divergence theorem. So once I will complete this solution, then I will summarize what is the technique, how you will use directly in some problem. So S2 here is this circle. So out of these two surfaces, see, one surface is given this cone, another surface is the circle. So if you want to do work like over this surface S or over this surface S2, so which one is easy to do? Like circle is this plane surface and that one is the cone. So the integral over that cone is same as integral over that surface. So like the statement of this Stokes theorem says that the line integral is same as the surface integral. So line integral, that curve, whatever area it will enclose. So in this case of cone, so this circle, so this is the cone, so this circle, this is the curve for line integral, and the surface of this cone is the surface. So we can say that the surface integral over that surface, cone surface, is same as the minus of the surface integral over this circle surface or the disk. So okay, let me complete this first. Now how to calculate the surface integral? How to calculate the surface integral? What is the formula for surface integral? So del cross f is, so in this question we have seen in the first part, this is the del cross f, the cross product of f is given in this question, this is f. Del cross f will give minus 2z j cap 3y minus 1 k cap. So minus 2z j cap plus 3y minus k cap. So this is del cross f, and surface S2 is the circle. This is a disk, this is the surface of this. So now how to do this one, right hand side? How to find the surface integral? See, in the first part we have seen how to do surface integral. So what is the formula for surface? Yes.
Parameterization.
So we will do the parameterization of this surface S. So in terms of parameterization, I'm writing in terms of parameterization, the formula for surface integral f dot n d sigma is same as, so this is the formula I'm writing first. It is same as the double integral of f dot, here some ru cross rv, and then du comma v, depending on the limit of u comma v, will apply and we'll get this surface integral. So what is the, so this ru cross rv is what? This is the normal to the surface. Ru cross rv is the actually normal to the surface. This is normal. If you divide by its norm, it will become unit normal. Normal to the surface S. So what I will do, I can directly write the normal. Later, like after this problem, if in any exam it will come, you can directly write the normal. But for the timing, I will calculate and I will show that is what is the normal. So can you guess what is the normal over this surface? X square plus y square less than 4. Like what is the RU cross RV, that normal to this surface? So
Z axis.
K
K-cap.
Z axis.
if this is in this direction, anti-clockwise direction, so this is the circle. This is x square plus y square equal to 4. And what is the normal? Normal will be
K-cap.
K-cap. Like I said, if you traverse here over this circle, then your right hand side will be the surface and your head direction will be the normal. So this convention we will follow later, but not now. I will prove that is K-cap anyway. So by parameterization, I will prove it is K-cap, like in Z direction normal. So first I will do the parameterization and RU cross RV will come K-cap only. So here this is, we have to calculate over this surface S2. So here it is S2. This is normal to the surface S2. So I will calculate the normal by using the parameterization. So why I am doing the parameterization? Because one time only I want to show you that normal will come K-cap. Later we can use directly. But in this question, because we took surface, where is the picture, this one. So normal will be minus K-cap in this case, because normal is always outward, like surface normal is the outside, outward normal. So this normal will be minus K-cap because it is closed surface. So what is outward normal? Outward normal will be in the negative direction. So that means the normal to this surface will be minus K-cap. That means the normal of this surface S2 will be minus K-cap, and that minus K-cap, because here minus is present, so it will become plus. So in question, if you want to write directly, then you can directly take K-cap, and because that minus will anticipate by this minus, so that means the overall conclusion is that the surface integral over cone is the same as surface integral over that circle. That is the direct conclusion without even using divergence theorem. That is the result you can use directly. If you have surface integral over any shape, like in this case it is cone, so whatever part which is open, you can apply the surface integral directly over that part and both will be equal by using Gauss divergence theorem. Like whatever happening in this case, the surface integral over cone is same as the surface integral over the circle. But if you calculate the surface integral over the circle, you will use this convention. You are traversing towards this boundary. Your right hand side is the surface and your head direction is the normal. That means you will take K-cap, not like minus K-cap. But in this example, because we are doing surface integral, we have to take minus, and that minus will anyway go plus because of that minus is already there, so it will become plus. So now the same thing I will do by parameterization, because I want to do parameterization and then I will summarize whatever we did here. So what is the parameterization of this surface S2? Can anyone give me the parameterization of this surface?
R cos and U.
X r cos theta, r x square plus y square is less than 4, that surface.
R
2
cos
cos
theta,
theta.
R sin theta. R is from 0
Someone,
to 2, theta is from 0 to 2 pi.
if you take r sin theta, if you take, then r value will come 2 only, because x square plus y square is less than 4, so r will rise from 0 to 2, right? And what is the value of z? Because it is the surface, some 2 parameter is required, so r is fixed here. If it is boundary x square plus y square, r is from 0 to 2 and theta will from definitely 0 to 2 pi, and then it will cover this whole surface. Okay, so that anyway will do. So I am taking x equal to something in terms of u and v. So x I am taking as a u, y I am taking v, such that u square plus v square equal to 4 and z is 0. So where what is u and v? U and v are satisfying this property. This is the parameterization of this same disk, x square plus y square is less than 4. So based on u square plus v square less than 4, we can apply the limit. So why I am taking? Because here it is easy to find the normal direction only we are interested, come k cap. And what is the advantage of this parameterization? That also we will see later. So r is x I cap y j cap plus z k cap. So this is r u comma v. So x value is u, y value is v, j cap, and z is 0 k cap. Then I am calculating ru. This will come 1 I cap, 0 j cap plus 0 k cap, and rv will come 0 I cap plus 1 j cap plus 0 k cap, and then we will calculate ru cross rv. That will give the normal. So what is ru cross rv?
K cap.
K cap.
It will come k cap. So this ru dot here will take k cap. So this is same as f dot k cap du comma v. So that means the surface integral, this one over this S2, here f dot ru cross, so it will give k cap. So now I am going to apply here. This normal came k cap S2, this ru cross rv. So I am this surface over S. That question we have to do this dot n cap d sigma is same as minus surface over S2. So del cross f dot n cap d sigma. So this is same as minus del cross f. Here I am taking minus k cap because it is outside. This is nothing but ru cross rv. And then here du comma v. And then limit of u comma v. So what is the limit of u comma v? That will define by u square plus v square is less than 4. So this u square plus v square is less than 4 means this is the circle. Once we will take horizontal strip or vertical strip, we can define the limit of u comma v. So without simplification, I am just writing, and later I will simplify everything. So this minus minus plus, this is del cross f dot k cap, and here I am writing dx and dy, and here I will apply the limit x square plus y square is less than 4. So this integral is same as this integral. This d sigma is same as this. So why I wrote this here, we can write du dv because u equal to x here and v equal to y. So I can write u equal to x and v equal to y. So x square plus y square is less than 4. So it is same as this. So this result is very useful result. So whatever till now I did, I can, or you can in exam also, you can directly write this. Like surface integral over the cone. This is the cone is same as this double integral over the circle. And this double integral normal is the your head direction, that is k cap, dx dy, and based on this x square plus y square is less than 4, apply the limit, you will get. So this is the final conclusion for this. Till now I didn't solve the problem, but this is the final conclusion whatever we did by using Gauss divergence theorem. So every surface integral of this form del cross f dot n is same as the x square plus y square, the circle. So you can transform the surface integral over this circle. That means what in line integral and surface integral, if it is Stokes theorem, then whatever the line integral you are finding, so that curve enclosed, whatever it will enclose, it is same as that integration. And here this k cap is the normal to that surface. So this result also we can directly use when you want to find the surface integral. So now we'll use this direct result. In future also you can use this direct result. So by using this result, it is same as this one, del cross f is this one, where is this del. Now I'm going to solve the problem. Del cross f is this one, where is the del cross f? Dot product with this k cap. So del cross f dot n cap d sigma, it's over the surface S, that is the cone, it's same as, we have to do the double integral over this del cross f k cap and dx dy. So based on that I will apply the limit. Del cross f is minus 2z j cap plus 3y minus 1 or what? Yeah, 3y minus 1 k cap, 3y minus 1 k cap, this whole thing, dot product with this k and dx or dy, and then we will apply the limit of x and y. So what is the limit of x and y over this circle or this domain? X square plus y square is less than 4. Yeah, tell me the limit.
Minus
This
root over of minus y square.
yeah, this will give 3y minus 1 dx dy. So limit of x will give minus square root of 4 minus x square to plus 4 minus x square. This is the limit of y.
Y square.
So I'm writing here y and then limit of x. X will from minus 2 to plus 2. So integrate it and tell me what answer you will get. Or you can convert this into the polar form, and then also you can do. If you do in the polar form, it is easy to do. The same problem you can do in the polar form also. So if you convert into the polar form, this x equal to r cos theta, y equal to r sin theta. So I'm writing y equal to r sin theta minus 1. dy dx will become r d theta dr. This r is the Jacobian. Theta is from 0 to 2 pi and r is from 0 to 2. So this integration is same as this integration. And this sin theta integration from 0 to 2 pi will give 0. Only you will get minus r d theta dr. So the same problem if you do in the polar coordinate, it is easy to do. So this whole thing is equal to this. So sin theta integration with respect to theta from 0 to 2 pi will give 0. So this part will not contribute anything. That means the integral will become 0 to 2 pi 0 to 2 minus 1 times r d theta dr. That means minus r d theta dr. The sin theta will be 0, so that's why I'm not taking this part, because integration of sin theta from 0 to 2 pi with respect to theta is 0. So now what will be the answer? First integrate with respect to r, it will give minus r square by 2. Apply the limit 0 to 2, then apply the limit of theta. So with respect to theta, integration will come 2 pi. With respect to r, the integration will come minus 2. So total value will come minus 4 pi. So the summary of this example is that the surface integral, if suppose some surface is given and it is open from some place, that means the same surface integral is equivalent to the surface integral over that open space. So is it okay? So now we'll go back to the third part. This one is by using Stokes theorem you have to do the same problem. So by Gauss divergence theorem also answer came -4 pi. So this Stokes theorem I will do in the next class, not now. So we'll go back to the first example, this example. So the question is here, verify the Stokes theorem. So again I will do now this technique, whatever this Gauss divergence technique we learn, by using that technique what will be the answer. So F is this one, and here it is given the projection of this sphere over xy plane. So I will draw this picture of this sphere. The same problem I am doing again. So this is the part of sphere. X, Y, Z. So the surface of sphere is the actual S. So for here the question is verify Stokes theorem. So one part is the line integral is equivalent to surface integral. So line integral, if it is we already calculated, it came pi. Now we want to calculate the surface integral in the Stokes theorem, this right hand side. So this surface integral, because this surface is over this sphere, so just now we have seen it is equivalent to that surface integral over this open part is this circle. This circle is nothing but x square plus y square is less than 1. And this del cross f, and this the normal will be the normal of this circle, that is k cap. So we'll use k cap. So this del cross f is this k cap. This is the value of del cross f. So this k cap and this normal is also k cap. So it is k cap will give 1, and then dx dy. So that is the value of the surface integral by using the Gauss divergence theorem. Just now we have seen. So you have to integrate over this, and this is nothing but the area of the circle. So the area of circle will come pi, or you can integrate over the polar form, you will get the same answer. In the polar form it is 0 to 2 pi, r is from 0 to 1, r d theta dr. This is the Jacobian. So 0 to 1. If you integrate, the integration of r will come r square by 2, that will give half. Integration with respect to theta will give 2 pi, 2 pi into half will give pi. Or you can directly write this is the area of the circle, it is pi. So the same surface integral here we calculated. So if you are writing some GATE exam, you will not do the parameterization of this sphere, rho cos phi, sin phi like this, and then you will go to this, and then if you calculate, answer will come same, but it will take more time. But if you use this Gauss divergence theorem, that means the surface integral of this is same as the surface integral over this circle. That is the one result I used by Gauss divergence theorem, because that minus is coming, so here we'll take the plus k. So now here always use the plus k, that your head direction will be the normal to this circle, this portion, this disk. X square plus y square is less than 1. And then del cross f is given, so you can calculate del cross f. So in this question f is given, so del cross f is came k, and then dot product with the k cap only. So if you want to do more fast, then you have to find only the kth component of del cross f, because I j component whatever it will come, 0 non-zero doesn't matter. If you take the dot product with k cap, it will always 0 only. So always find the k cap component. That k component dot product with k cap will remain, that will come here in the integrand, and then dx dy, and apply the limit of xy over this circle. So I hope it is clear. Anyone have any doubt, you can ask. If anyone want me to repeat, tell me, I will repeat. In exam you can directly use this. So no doubt?
Sir,
Yes.
sir, you first calculated RU plus RV equal to K cap, but during equation you wrote that RU plus RV equal to minus K cap.
Yeah. So why I calculated? I want to show that I will explain. I want to show that this circle has normal in the z direction. Okay, right?
Yes, sir.
So RU cross RV came K cap, that means the surface direction, that normal direction will be in the z direction, either plus or minus, we don't know, right? Plus and minus, how we will decide? Plus and minus, we will decide it is outward direction, like outward normal. The statement is saying that it is written here for divergence theorem, it is written outward unit normal to the surface. Like that means the normal direction should be outside the surface, not inside the surface. So if you have the surface like this cone, and this is the closed part, and this surface part is this is the closed part of this cone. So what is the normal direction over this cone? Like outside this side. So over this part of this circle or this disc, the normal will be in the minus z direction. Yes or no? If you take plus z, it will go inside the cone, but it should be outside. Okay, so that's why I took minus k there, because I am applying the divergence theorem. But after applying, what is the final conclusion? Final conclusion is that, because that minus will come here in. So after applying the Gauss divergence theorem, that theorem says that this integral is same as, no, sorry, this integral is same as minus of this, right? So here we are taking minus k, but that minus k will cancel out with this minus, that will become plus. So that's why here in this question, like I solved the example one again by using that theorem. Then I took only k cap, because that minus and this minus is plus, so that's why plus k cap. And that plus k cap, how you will decide? If you move towards this boundary of this here, then your head direction will be the normal. So that convention, if you follow, that normal you have to take.
Yes, sir.
And that convention, if you apply over here, suppose this is the hemisphere, and suppose you are moving around this boundary. So that means you are moving not like normal moving. Here, if you move in the clock direction like this, then normal will come minus k cap. The same convention. But that minus and minus came from the Gauss divergence theorem, become plus k. So that's why I directly took here plus k cap. So if you do the question, just keep in this mind this Gauss divergence theorem, you can directly write this. This is the surface circle, and the normal will be in the z direction. So if this is x-axis, this is y-axis, then normal will be in the z direction of this circle. So normal is k cap, that I already proved by parameterization of RU cross RV. So in exam also you can directly use. If you understood this properly, you can directly use. So what is the main conclusion is that, suppose you have surface, just focus on the open part of that surface, the part which is not covered. Like in this hemisphere, this circle is not covered. So in this hemisphere, this circle is not covered. If we will add the circle, it will become closed. So the integration over surface is same as minus of the integration over this. Sorry, integration over this sphere is same as the minus of the integration over this circle in this part of hemisphere. So I use the same thing is for cone, or some other object is also there. Any surface, if it is open or closed, whatever it is, it is not closed, you can use that part to calculate the surface integral. Both will be same, only the difference will be the negative sign. In some book, they will directly use this Gauss divergence theorem in the Stokes theorem, because in Stokes theorem you need to calculate this. In this question, the question is to calculate this. In the Stokes theorem also you have to calculate the right hand side is exactly same as this. This is the Stokes theorem. So this Stokes theorem you can use it, Gauss divergence theorem, to calculate the right hand side of the Stokes theorem. That is that in this example one we calculated that it is also came pi without doing the parameterization of the surface. You can do the actual technique, that is the parameterization, that will always work. This parameterization of this hemisphere And see here also I took the outward normal, so I took the plus sign, and after that the surface integral came pi. Last part left, the same surface integral we have to solve by using Stokes theorem. So if suppose question will come verify the Stokes theorem, then you can use the part B technique, because it will be easy to do the calculation and it will be very fast. It will save your time. If you are writing competitive exam like GATE, then definitely it will save your time to find the surface integral of such type of this del cross f dot and d sigma. If it is only f dot and sigma, then you cannot use. Like instead of del cross f, if it is f, then you cannot use, because if you apply this over Gauss divergence theorem, then right hand side will not come 0. Because of this del cross f only, it is coming 0. Because this del cross f, once we are putting here, then divergence of curl is 0. That's why right hand side is 0. Then this surface integral is same as minus of this circle. And that del cross f is always present in the Stokes theorem. So you can always apply this technique with the Stokes theorem, because it is already there in the Stokes theorem, this integration. So this integration is same as this over this circle. Any other doubt anyone have, you can ask. So the final conclusion is this one. This here you have to just identify which part is not closed, that part here in the circle, and then the same del cross f, taking the k cap is the normal to that circle or disk, and then dx dy, apply the limit accordingly. So I should not write like dx dy, should be dx comma y. Based on the limit you can change the order. So this is the final result. Surface, this is the open part of the surface. So the surface integral del cross f dot n over the surface S is same as the surface integral over the open part of that surface. So that if you add this part with the surface, it will become closed. So next class we will do this one, the last problem, and some more problem based on this Stokes theorem. That is the third part, that we will use Stokes theorem to find this. So whenever you will see the surface integral of the form del cross f, either you can use this Gauss divergence technique, means this one, or you can use the line integral. And if both you cannot use, then you have to go the traditional method, parameterized, and do the RU cross RV, and then you can do. Here in this question, the first part is by using parameterization. Like the first part is by using the actual technique, that is the parameterization technique. We got answer minus 4 pi. Second one, the same thing we will do by which part is not closed, based on the Gauss divergence theorem, both are minus of that. So we will use that one. The third part, we'll use the Stokes theorem. That means we'll calculate this surface integral, not by the actual surface formula. We'll use the line integral, because Stokes theorem will give the relation between line integral and surface integral. So instead of surface integral, we'll do the line integral. And in the line integral, we will get the same thing like whatever we got in the Gauss divergence theorem. So we'll do the line integral. So your syllabus is already finished. So 2-3 problem I will do more for this Stokes theorem. So this problem also we will do the example 3 in the next class, and then example 4 also we will do in the next class. After that, all classes will become the tutorial classes. So whatever doubt you have from the beginning to this, you can ask, you can come with your doubt, and we'll discuss your problem. So I will also give one assignment or exercise problem, practice problem to you, maybe on Monday, not now.
Sir, exam it
Yes.
would be given which method to use.
Yeah, if it is not given, you can use any method. If it is given, then you cannot use any method. Like if it is given that verify the Stokes theorem, then you have to use only Stokes theorem. And if it is the question like verify this question, example 4, verify the Stokes theorem, that means you can use the Gauss divergence theorem. means you can use
Okay,
this
sir.
technique, because verifying means you have to calculate the surface integral. How you are calculating surface, no one will ask you to use only parameterization to do. The question will not come like this. Question will come something like this, whatever like example 4 is written. Verify the Stokes theorem over this hemisphere, that's all.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, changing sir one integration form to another, sir, how can we know which is more suitable for us than that before?
So
Then we have two, three formula for
this
surface
double
integral.
integral up. Yeah, that's why I'm giving the order. First double integral, then triple integral is harder than double integral. And this double integral and line integral, like Green's theorem has a relation. So in that relation, line integral and double integral are almost same. So first the order, if I will say, easiest one is the double integral, then line integral, then triple integral, after that surface integral. This is the order. So by this theorem, like line integral and surface have the relation. So which one is the easiest? Try to apply that theorem and then do the easiest one. But if question is to verify this, then you have to do both sides. That means you have to do line integral also, you have to do the surface integral. So for surface integral, the easiest technique, whatever we learned today by using Gauss divergence theorem, you can calculate the surface integral by double integral over the open part of that sphere. Sorry, open part of that surface, like we did in this exam. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So instead of applying over cone, we are applying over this part, this particular disk. So in the disk it is easy. So that surface integral, actually it is become double integral, and that relation I gave here, this one. This surface integral is same as the double integral over this disk. X square plus y square is less than 4. So surface integral is also easy, but if you can apply this, but this technique is applicable only when if you have del cross f dot n. For other surface integral, you cannot use this. So that's why surface integral is the hardest one out of this all integral.
Yes, sir. So
Okay,
is
so
there
I am
any chart
stopping this.
regarding this? So
What?
is there any chart?
Chart?
Is there any chart?
Mm,
Yes, sir.
No, no. It depends on the problem. Like
Sir, it
sometimes
is
line integral is also very difficult. Like sometimes what difficulty means, difficulty in the sense means, instead of calculating one line integral, you have to calculate suppose 8 line integral is equal to the one surface integral. So you will definitely prefer surface integral, because 8 line integral you cannot calculate in less time, but one surface integral you can calculate. Then you have to use the surface integral instead of line integral. Like we will see in the next example. That is the, here we have to use surface integral only, this example number 3, because that surface integral is same as 3 line integral. So instead of that, we will prefer surface integral. This question is to find this line integral. This is the line integral, but we will prefer the surface integral to solve this line integral, because that is easiest way to do here. Otherwise we have to find 3 different line integral, line joining from this point, like one point to another point, then 3 lines are there. So instead of doing these 3 different integral, you can do one surface integral. So okay, I'm stopping here. This after this 2-3 problem left, one example 3, example 4, and one more, that the part C of this same problem, that we will see in the next class.